Hello Libra, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of February 26th through March 4th. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if you have anything that you need me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments. This is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to, try to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond just the details that I'm providing, okay? Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Here we have a 5 of Pentacles to start us out. Now, I'm going to try not to get too upset about that card. A lot of readers will think that the 5 of Pentacles is a disastrous card, but I don't really read it that way. I think it has the potential to be a bit of a challenge, but it also has the potential to show some real movement and real improvement in your physical or financial situation. Okay, so now let's do our mystery card, bonus card, our confirmation card, and we're going to see what that might reveal about the situation at the very end of things. Okay, so you got to stick around till the end, and hopefully that will tie the reading together and, give us the confirmation that we're looking for at the very end of things. Okay, so we've got some air, some water, some earth, more air, some majors. We've got some earth. A lot of majors, more air, water, and earth with the majors. So what it seems like we're lacking is the fire, okay? So with the lack of fire, I feel like there is, for some reason, there feels like a lack of, not motivation really, but a lack of confidence in what you're doing right now. I think that you are coming through some sort of challenge, and we just need this fiery energy to give us that spark, that heat, that light, right, to keep us going forward. So let's take a look at the situation as far as this 5 of Pentacles goes. I think that you're the type of person who, at least at the moment, you feel that there's some uncertainty in your physical world, right? It could be health, wealth, your fitness, your finances. I feel like there's something that's been going on there that's been causing some kind of worry. It could be that the job situation isn't going very well. It could be that the business you're involved in is not going so well. It could be that you're still searching for a job, you're searching for your career, your purpose, you're searching for your stability. Okay. You're the type of person, though, that is really generous. So even though you may not have a lot right now, you're still very generous with what you do have. You know what I mean? You really do have a love for other people, and you feel like you're a giver. You feel like you're trying to support other people, even though your own situation seems a little bit uncertain at the moment. Okay, I do think that things are changing for the better, because we're going from all of this, you might say, negative cards into this really tremendous major arcana energy. So I feel like things are really changing for the better for you. And I feel like we're shifting from this mode of maybe fighting against the current. All right, with the 5 of Pentacles here, it's like we feel some anxiety, we feel some worry about things, because we feel that we're not in harmony with the circumstances, right? So there's this kind of disharmony going on between you and your physical life. It could be health, it could be your finances, your career, your job, the work that you do, right? And if it's not something that you do for money, this is the stability of your, the stability of your financial life, whether that's, from a job, whether it's from retirement, whether it's from investments, or whatever it may be. Okay. I feel like there's something going on, there's some movement, there's some shifting of things right now. And that's causing a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of worry. It's almost like the interest rates are changing or something, and it's kind of causing you to sweat a little bit. Okay. But you are, like I said, you're the type of person that is very, very generous with what you do have. you know. So it's almost like you have a lot of people that rely on you, and you're always putting them first. You know, you're always making sure that everyone else is well taken care of. It could be your friends, your family, you know, your loved ones. I feel like you're choosing to put yourself kind of last. You know, it's like a selfless thing. You want other people to be taken care of. You make sure everyone else is fed before you eat, right? That kind of thing. And in the recent past, the situation, we've got this 5 of Cups. So we have a 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. There's some worry going on with, I think, both, with health and with the finances, honestly. I think that there may have been some kind of injury or illness. God forbid. I hope I'm wrong about that. Okay. But I feel like that has caused some sort of negative effect on the financial situation. Okay. And I don't think this is you. I think this is a family member. I think it's someone in your inner circle, right? It's a loved one. It could be your chosen family, or it doesn't have to be blood family, but someone close to you, I think, is having a health-related worry. Okay, I don't see that there's necessarily something wrong health-wise, but there's like a health scare. Okay, and I think that is in some way drawing your attention, your responsibility toward them. Again, with that 5 of Pentacles, you're a very giving, very generous person, so their needs come first, kind of thing. And with this central card, this Lover's card, I think you really do choose these other people in your life over yourself, you know. I think that you are, again, very generous, very loving, very giving. And I think that the people around you, whether they're your close friends, whether they're your blood family, your chosen family, I think they mean a lot to you. And I think that you are choosing their needs ahead of your own. I think that sometimes it even puts you at a disadvantage, you know. Sometimes the things that you sacrifice, or the abundance that you have that you then give and extend to other people, puts you at a little bit of a deficit, right? It's like if you had a surplus, you maybe give away too much, and it leaves you a little bit in the red, in the negative, you know. So this, I think, is born out of your love and care and your devotion, your commitment to these people that are close to you. Okay. And I think that that's what's going on here with these 5s, the Cups, the Pentacles. I think that you have had to divert some of your attention to this other person who had this health scare, or there's something going on health related. It doesn't feel like a serious thing, but it feels like it needs your attention. Okay. And we're going to go straight to the immediate future, because we're starting to get into the major arcana. This is the Sun card. So this is telling me that in the future, through this kind of devotion that you have to your loved ones, it feels like you're going to really, going to come into a new kind of energy. This is like a renewed confidence. This is the closest thing that we have to the fire element that we were looking for, right? Which is that, almost that lack of confidence. You know, but with this Sun card, this is tremendous confidence. Okay, so I think that through this situation and this concern, this instability that we've got going on right now, I think things are going to change for the better. Okay, I think everything's going to come together for you. If this is a financial thing, I think the wholeness is going to be restored. Okay, if this is a health concern with a loved one, I think that's going to resolve in the best possible way. I feel like everything in the next few days is really love and light, heat and warmth. And with the Sun card, it's a lot of confidence. This is the restoration of health and the restoration of wealth, right? This is a card that represents recovering from a financial loss or recovering from some sort of injury or illness, right? It's made whole again. Okay. So I think this is a really, really optimistic card. So whatever kind of Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles situation you're in now, it is going to improve. And part of the catalyst for that improvement is for you to really just continue doing what you're doing. Have this somewhat selfless attitude where you really do care about other people. A lot of people, I think, in the situation with all these fives here, they would tend to just kind of cut everybody else off and focus on their needs, to put their own needs first. Okay? I don't think that's your style. I think that you, even in difficult times, you always make sure the other people are taken care of as well. Okay? Doesn't mean that you're neglectful of yourself, but you're not just cutting everyone off and being intensely selfish. Right? We don't see the Hermit card here. Could be that this mystery card is the Hermit card. Yeah, I mean, it could be. But what we see now is still this expression, still this reaching out to other people, to help other people, even though you're not at the moment in the best ideal circumstances. You still want to help, you still want to contribute, you still want to be generous and give and assist people. Okay, I think that's just who you are, right? I think you're a rather selfless person, but at the same time, I think that by balancing your selfish needs with the needs of other people, it creates that harmony and that resonance in you. And I think that's what's kind of building this fiery solar energy that we see in the immediate future. This is where your confidence comes out. This is where you really shine. I wouldn't be surprised if you're in some kind of a service industry where you, it could be food service, it could be hospitality, it could be healthcare, something where you're attentive to the needs of others, right? I feel like that's where your passion kind of lies, Now, at the top and bottom of the path of the dove, we have some sort of conflicting energy here, and this is going on within you. This is the vertical axis. Down beneath the surface is a Seven of Swords. This is, I think, you struggling with self-doubt. This is you kind of struggling with these negative thoughts. This is perhaps in some ways not feeling like you are able to fully express yourself to people. So it's almost like you're keeping a big part of yourself hidden, or it's like you want to connect with other people on a deeper level, but you can't always get the words right. You know what I mean? And I feel like for Libra, that is kind of a generalized evolutionary step for Libras, right? It's maintaining their authenticity and trying to express that, trying to extend that to other people to create that balance, between the inner and the outer, between the kind of selfish and the selfless energy. And sometimes there's a blockage there. So what we're really working on is to go from the Seven, which is something we're working on, something that's in a bit of a disharmony right now. Okay? And I think it's because on the vertical axis here, we don't have the fiery energy, right? We see this Lover's card trying to extend, trying to connect, trying to bridge the gap between ourselves and others. And for you, I think that's primarily done through the physical work, physical activity, the senses, not so much through words and communication, and it's through action, right? Because if we look here, we see the connection, which is the Lover's card. How do we go from the Seven, which is a kind of a disconnect, kind of a communication blockage, like a psychic or intellectual or mental blockage between us and other people? Well, we see that being kind of established or worked on with this earth energy, okay? So it's through the physical world, physical connections, that service kind of industry. It's something that goes beyond words. Talk is just talk, but you're a person of action, right? And so I think it's through your actions and through your gestures that you really do connect with people, and that leads us up to the Six of Swords. You see the logic here from the Seven through this activity up to the Six, and this is really a beautiful expression of yourself. So it's almost like When you try to just tell people what you're about, what you feel, how you think about them, or what you're trying to do, and when you try to verbally, let's say, communicate your ideas, it doesn't seem to really work. We get this blockage, this kind of confusion, this maybe misunderstanding. It could be that you tend to be misunderstood a lot, you know. I think it's because sometimes we have a tendency to talk to people and we may come across sounding like condescending or even passive aggressive, even though we really don't mean it that way, you know. And so I think that you're learning through this work here that your actions speak louder than your words, okay? And that leads us up to what I think is really one of your aspirations in life, is to have these kinds of connections with people, these really meaningful, harmonious relationships that aren't necessarily based on verbal communication, but it's like the two of you, or you and whoever else we're talking about, which is the thing. We don't see a lot of court cards here. I wonder maybe the mystery card will be a court card of some kind, showing a specific person that might be involved in the situation for you. But I feel like your aspiration is this beauty and harmony between you and other people that's not based on just merely verbal communication. You know, is the you being on the same page as other people, really understanding, really vibing with people, you know, on a level that goes beyond just the words that we say that are so often misunderstood, okay, through the level of action, through even just a more subtle level, just a kind of a spiritual understanding, you know. And so I think that's what's going on here. And I wonder who this person is in your life that might have this health scare that you need to, that you're trying to be there for them. Now, this could be that you're in the medical profession, and this could be a generalized expression of your work life. You know, that's what you do if you're a doctor or a nurse or a surgeon. Somebody else is having kind of a health issue, and it's your job to be there for them, right? It's your job to, sort of forget yourself for the moment and put someone else's needs first. That could be what we're looking at here. Okay, it may not be one particular person. Again, maybe the mystery card will reveal a court card. Maybe it will reveal some other kind of water or fire, which is, I think, what we kind of need in this reading. And again, with this immediate future, I think everyone is going to be quite all right. I think this is the restoration of the health and wealth, the fitness, the finances. Everything's going to come together in a nice, beautiful way, right? Very optimistic, very positive outcome. As we move over to the path of the serpent, this is where I think your energies really start to change, and you really start to feel as if you're being, it's going to be like you're feeling the influx of divinity, the influx of some kind of spiritual light or energy or grace. Here's the Two of Pentacles. Again, if there's anything that you need me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments. Okay. I feel like your energy is changing. There's a shift going on here. And it could be with the Five of Pentacles, there was also some instability in your own kind of financial situation. I think that is going to be restored. That's going to be kind of remedied. We're going to be brought to this really positive, successful outcome Sun card. And that could be through a real change. It could be this Five of Pentacles is really just things like the puzzle kind of shifting around you and moving. Things are going in different places. It's just a reconfiguration, right? So I think that your life is changing. You may be going through, you may be transitioning from one phase to another in terms of your career, the eras of your life. You know, if you're going into retirement, you're going into a different career field, you're transitioning from work to family life, whatever the case may be. Okay, you're transitioning into a new tax bracket or something. I feel like it's shifting from one phase to another, and in the moment it feels rather uncertain. You don't know what the outcome will be, though I think the outcome is this Sun card. Real success, health and wealth. Okay. But with this transition, you're opening yourself up to these more subtle spiritual forces, these more kind of universal energies, these more almost outside influences, but I don't think they're outside. I think they're coming from within you, but it's those spiritual forces, right? It's the divine blessing, the grace, the spiritual light. So during this phase in your life, I think there is a lot of uncertainty. Here is the Fool card. This is really an environment that's full of surprises, okay? I think that whatever this transition is, whatever this Five of Pentacles is for you, as far as the shifting of your physical life, financial, domestic life perhaps, there's going to be really a lot of curveballs thrown at you, a lot of surprises. But I think that this is going to come in the form of challenges, maybe in, let's say, little like what may seem like a precipice before you, but there's a bridge that extends out over it. You know what I mean? So if you keep going with this energy, you're not going to fall. It may seem a little uncertain, a little scary, but you're not going to fall, right? So the Fool is kind of a trusting in the environment. Even when these surprises happen, these curveballs happen, there's going to be a lot of synchronicity that comes with them. Okay, and that I think is going to prompt you to say, okay, I've got to trust in this energy. The ego may rebel and say this is a scary, scary situation, and it's full of danger, and there's no logical sense to it. But you need to trust in that. You need to trust in those signs and synchronicities and allow yourself to follow those, I guess. Right? So it's kind of, as if we're following the energy. Maybe we are, we're kind of tagging along with this Fool, not really knowing where we're headed, but trusting that the Fool is actually the wise man. Wise person. I think that this is really the first step in handling the changing environment here. Which with a little bit of that trust and openness, that little bit of adventure, that sense of curiosity and wonder, and again, the trust that there is some sort of wisdom or purpose amidst all of this uncertainty, this chaos. There's some sort of order here, okay? It just might not be something that you perceive right away. The next card is the Chariot card. This is in the position of your fears, worries, and concerns. I feel like a lot of this energy, it's about the kind of the fear or the uncertainty or the just the worry and the anxiety, and then how we're going to overcome that. Because the future looks just tremendously successful, but I feel like there's some trepidation here. I feel like there's just our legs are a little wobbly still. This might be a Princess of Wands, perhaps, and for that mystery card. So with the Chariot card, this is the idea that, or the worry, concern, that you're not as prepared for this shift as you thought you would be. Okay, so it could be that you are aware that there's this transition going on in your life, that there's something, life is changing in some way. Okay, it could be related to this health scare. It could be related to this this energy of being of service that you have, and it's definitely related to this Five of Pentacles, because that's showing things kind of reconfiguring. Okay, I think that you're tremendously prepared, but I don't know that you believe that, right? I think that you wish that you could, in some sense, just kind of stay where you are. It's almost like you've prepared for this. I feel like you knew it was coming, but you don't want to go. It's like we're packed up in the car and it's just like, I just want to stay here. I changed my mind. Okay. But I think this chariot is moving. It is going to be activated. I think you are as prepared as you can be for this, but I don't know that you're ever going to feel satisfied with that preparation. You know, I feel like it's never quite enough of that preparation. And this card could be talking about some actual traveling involved. The Six of Swords also sometimes talks about travel. I don't know if you're planning a trip or if this transition in your life, this reconfiguration of energy, is involving some traveling somewhere. Okay? I am getting either an A name, you know, America, Australia, maybe it's a destination. I'm also getting a CH name, so I don't know if this is someone else involved or if this is the destination or maybe somehow the nature of the change or the name of something, okay? So either that A name or a CH name, and maybe this travel. Because, you know, we take these three cards together, and this is really an adventure, not a vacation. Not just a little trip somewhere and then back home. This is like you're kind of relocating your whole life, but it's not maybe not a destination that you really are exactly sure of yet. There could still be some uncertainty in where you're going. Okay, so I feel like there is a long distance journey in store for you, and I don't think we quite know exactly where we're going. We may know the continent. We may know the country. I don't think you know the exact, you know, street and house number yet. Does that make sense? So there is some sort of travel involved here. I think with these cards, and then especially with that Five of Pentacles, things are shifting. Things are being reconfigured. And I think that's involving you doing some sort of long distance travel. Okay. The final card is the Hierophant card. So I think that this, you know, it could be something that you're being required to do for your work. It could be that you're traveling to a new career field, a new job opportunity in a new industry or something. It could be that your employer here on the Path of the Dove is relocating you overseas somewhere or to a different country, a different, you know, maybe just a different city or something. It could be that the company you work for has branches in different countries and you're going to get that traveling bug and you're going to go. You know, you're going to try your hand somewhere else in a land far, far away. Because I do sense that travel is coming. CH, long distance. Okay, so I'm thinking out of the country. I think this card is also talking about how this may be the only move really that you can make, literal move and, you know, the figurative move, in order to fully remedy this situation, right? To fully get the help, the assistance, the stability that you need, to fully take advantage of your life and maximize your potential and really fulfill all of your desires, right? I think you're being called somewhere. I think you hear the calling. We may not be sure exactly what town, what house, what street number it is, but I think you hear the calling to make this journey somewhere. I really do. And it could be something related to this health scare. There's certainly some instability in your physical, financial, domestic life right now. I think you're hearing the calling. I honestly do. I'm very curious if you have a move already planned or in mind, or if it's something just in the back of your head you've been thinking about, maybe dreaming about. But I think you hear the calling with that Hierophant card. I think that message is getting louder and louder and louder. Let's look at the mystery card now and see what this could reveal. Well, this is a court card. This is a court card. This is the Queen of Swords. So it could be that this is not another person in your life. This is you. Okay, this card is, you know, pretty close to the Libra energy. This is an air sign person who is rather detached from the emotional kind of influences, right? We don't see a lot of water here. The water that we see is the Five of Cups back here, which I was assuming was someone else who had a health scare, someone else who had this kind of, injury or illness that is kind of who you need to take care of, right? Now, it could be that this person is you. It could be that you've had a health scare, and that's maybe what sets some of this in motion, okay? But I feel like with this Queen of Swords, you are trying to get a more objective, or let's say even a spiritual viewpoint of things. You're trying to rise above all of this uncertainty that we see on the path of the dove. These fives, the 7 down here. You're trying to really ease into all of this major arcana. You're trying to get a bird's eye or a spirit's eye view to really understand the bigger picture, to understand what is life really telling you, what is spirit really telling you. You're trying to rise above all the noise so that you can hear the message coming from the Hierophant. You can hear this calling better when we rise above all of the noise and we kind of get out of the city and we can listen better, you know? So I think this is you doing that. I think this is you overcoming your fear, overcoming the kind of fear of the irrational with the Fool energy, the nervousness about the change, the nervousness about the journey or the lack of preparation. This is you rising above those tumultuous emotions. Okay, I think this is a really, really good confirmation for you, Libra. We're going to take a quick look in the extended. If you want to stick around for the extended, click on the link that's right here and you can become a member to the channel. I want to thank you so much for letting me read for you today. This was your weekly tarot reading for February 26th through March 4th on Dove and Serpent Tarot.